Okay, what's up, everybody? And I know I'm a little bit late on this. I'm gonna be honest, I was just way too tired yesterday to even do any type of review. But it's one thing I do want to talk about because this is the Friday Night Smackdown review, and this is gonna lead into this review. But obviously, with a lot of wrestling news just hitting all over the place this week, from many stories, from Jeff Hardy to sandbagging Thunder Rosa and whatnot and stuff, and the Vince McMahon investigation thing. I do want to say something about it, and I didn't really want to speak on this a few days ago. Given that I kind of wanted to wait till a little bit more information came out about it, because I didn't really think it's like, you know what, when I hear a little bit more, maybe I'll speak on them. But it's like, I don't really, it's not much to say. It's all, it's alleged, okay? Now, obviously, in the past 48 hours or two, things have changed. And obviously, the big news as of Friday morning was that Vince McMahon voluntarily stepped down as CEO, chairman of the company and whatnot. And now Stephanie McMahon is the interim, CEO, chairwoman of the company right now. Because before we kind of heard about Stephanie taking a leave of absence, but now Stephanie is right back again. Now, the whole thing with this is that Vince McMahon paid off this woman, a paralegal, of $3 million. He had an affair with, I guess, basically hush money and stuff. Basically, being quiet. But now that just came out, he's being investigated because the question is here. This is the big thing. Did he use his own personal money? If he uses his own personal money, hey, that's on him. You can't do nothing to him about that. That's his money. But if you use the company's money, see, now there is a problem, okay? And then apparently there's like misconduct stuff with him and John Laurinaitis. Now, I don't know, they passed this girl around, allegedly, whatnot. You just, what is the term? I'm not saying they ran a train, but, they passed the homie, I guess, if you want to go from there. But that's being investigated too, and like I said, that's basically the main thing out of this whole stuff. And he was going to appear on Smackdown, which I was more surprised to hear about, because I'm like, okay, I don't think he's going to address this stuff on TV, or even give the power to Stephanie live on TV. Because here's the thing too, and I think people got to read up a little bit more about this. Vince is just out of the business aspect of the company, and Stephanie is in charge. Now, I'm sure a lot of people would say, they could have put Shane in charge of that, but say what you want about Stephanie. Stephanie has been in the boardroom. Stephanie has been PR brand ambassador for the company, so she knows the business aspect and is qualified for that position. I'm sure a lot of people say, well, they could have gave that to Nick Khan, because, Nick Khan is basically damn near overthrown most of the McMahon family and have really risen to the ranks very fast in this company. But then I think Vince would have just left it to someone in his own family, which wasn't McMahon. I'm sure everybody says, Triple H is running the company. I'm like, dude, they're not going to get that to Triple H. Okay, come on. We've seen what they've done to Triple H. Shit, we saw what they've done to NXT and Triple H. So that was not going to happen. Shane, I would have liked to see Shane in charge, but then again, is Shane really like the business? Like, Shane's been in and out of the company. Stephanie's been in the company her whole life. Stephanie never left the company. Shane did do his own thing for a number of years before coming back. Yeah, we see Shane on TV and do a lot of crazy stuff, and I don't know what else he does in the back, but people come at me about Shane because, like, well, you mean the same Shane McMahon that booked himself in the Final Four, the Royal Rumble, or a whole bunch of other stuff? Like, I say, hey, I'd rather have Shane in there than Stephanie away, but I can understand why they had Stephanie in charge, though, for real, because, people are like, who's going to run the company, who's going to run it? But Vince apparently is still, he still have control of creative. He may have, stepped down, but he's still in the company, okay? And basically, Stephanie is just there for the time being until Vince gets this whole investigation thing settled out, and he'll be right back to the company, okay? Because I've spoken to some people on this whole thing, and like I said, Vince still has power. He still runs shit. He's just not in the business part of the CEO thing, because the whole board of directors, and you got to get this investigation thing with him and Jerry McDevitt done, his lawyer and stuff. So you got to get that settled out before anything else happens. But me and one of my friends, Isaiah, talked about this. And I know some people see different perspectives of this. I think that some say this is probably the tamest thing Vince McMahon has been in Listen, it's not the steroid trial. Hell, it ain't even the damn Benoit stuff people try to take it out. I don't think this will be Vince's downfall and the WWE's downfall, because I've read a couple things on the internet, mostly through Twitter. I do think it's kind of funny, but most of what I read is either disgruntled WWE fans or AEW supermarks basically preying on his downfall. People say if you watch SmackDown tonight, you're a horrible person, or you shouldn't be in wrestling, or whatever, some bullshit from marks on the internet and stuff. But yeah, I'm just trying to explain all this best I can. But yeah, it's probably the most tamest thing. We've seen Vince do worse shit. Okay, people can go on from Saudi deals to Owen Hart, like I said, Benoit, killing territories, many, many, many things. But we're gonna go with him for cheating on his wife, though. Yes, morally you can say that's wrong, but did he commit a crime? Did he do anything illegal by cheating on his wife? No, he did not. Because apparently this was in 2019, so this happened not that long ago. But yeah, you could say morally, but you can't have him arrested. And then again, we have heard wrestlers cheat on their wives or girlfriends a lot throughout many years. Shit, wasn't Sammy one recently? And it was a different company, but we can go look at the whole Sammy Guevara thing. But we can go through many, many wrestlers that have cheat on their wives or have an affair in his business, or fuck with one of their other co-workers or whatnot. It's not like it hasn't been done, okay? So I think I think, like I said, people have kind of overthrown this a little bit too much and whatnot. So I don't know, but that's I would say that's kind of a way to look at it too. But I don't think the company will really change either with Vince or Vince not being there. Creative's still going to be the same with him there at the end of the day, okay? But do I think anything with sort of structure or some will change? Not really, okay? That's why I didn't really think much of this. And yes, anything could change in this investigation. Maybe they find something, maybe they don't. We don't know, but and I just kind of feel like, what? I just kind of feel like Vince will probably beat this just because, and I don't know, maybe enough will be found, or maybe Johnny Ace will be the fall guy, because, it's Johnny Ace, folks. If he's involved, come on, this guy, wasn't he running the whole town relations for the women? And this is the same guy that married the Bella Twins' mom. And, apparently I heard one time he said that he told AJ Lee nobody wants to fuck you or something like that. I don't know. Johnny Ace, people power. People power. Yeah. Guy's an idiot. But, hey, there's a reason why he's in Vince's, I guess I should say inner circle if you want to go with that. But like I said, just looking at this whole thing right now, especially with him stepping down for the time being, like I said, it's a temporarily thing, okay? So, we don't know what's going to happen, but like I said, he's still probably going to be telling Stephanie, like, hey, man, I'll be running, but he's probably going to be saying, hey, don't do this, or don't do that, don't do whatever and stuff, okay? But, with him now being on SmackDown, I'm a little bit surprised by that, because it was in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and, Vince comes out there, right? Big pop, fans, chanting his name, bowing to him. Like, one thing I'll say with Vince McMahon is this, and a lot of fans, too, where it becomes critical. The same people that be on the internet, like, shit all over him and talk all this stuff, are the same people that'll go to the show, and the minute he comes out, they'll start bowing to him and clapping their hands like seals and singing the theme song. But this is the same people that shit on him on the internet for a whole bunch of things. But he got a big pop. Like, what did you expect? It's gonna be Vince. They know. I'm sure everybody, that crowd already knew what's been going on in the past few days, but they still cheered for him, and he got a big pop. I just saw people on the internet really mad about it and stuff. That, oh, you all should be ashamed. I'm like, what the fuck y'all people expect? He was gonna get a big pop. He didn't get booed. He really didn't. Like I said, he was cheered. He was cheered out there, and he came out there. He said it was a privilege to stand in front of WWE Universe in Minnesota in this ring. He basically talked to WWE Signature, then Now Forever together, especially the last one together. He welcomed everybody to SmackDown, and he left, and then the show actually started. So Vince was kind of out there saying like, hey, I'm still in charge, so I'm not really going anywhere in a way when you think about it of him coming out. But like, he's not going to address it. I guess he wasn't going to, technically transfer power, but it's not really transfer power. She's the interim. Everybody's becoming an interim thing in wrestling nowadays right now. But, she's only interim, runner right now and stuff. But I don't know what else what else was he going to go out there and say? Literally, what else was Vince McMahon going to go out there and say to the people? Just think about that. Like, literally, really think about that for a second. So, it's not much you could say from this. Like, he said what he said, and that's it. Because some people actually thought this was going to be a work or something. And work as in, what, you're going to go out there and transfer power. So I think it was bold that, it's kind of bold that he actually went out there and even on TV with all this stuff going on. But, that was it. He addressed the crowd, and he didn't really explain it. Basically kind of even just showing everyone, like, and not really rattled about everything that's going on. So, I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see. Like I said, maybe they find something. Maybe they don't. But, kind of looking at my opinion on the whole thing, I don't really think much is going to happen. The company will be the same. Either way, like I said, let's remember this was a consensual relationship. I almost forgot to mention that. It's not like he harassed this woman. He just didn't want nobody to know about him cheating on his wife and had an affair. Okay, now if he used company money, okay, now you kind of fucked up. But if you use your own personal money, well, hey, that's on him. You can't do nothing about it. But it's not like he raped this woman or sexual harassment. It sounded consensual. So they both were adults about it. So that's it. That's kind of it until maybe something else comes out. I don't know, but going by what I've seen right now, and yes, stepping down is probably a thing that, a lot of people should be worried about. But, it don't look like it when you think about it. So we'll see how long Vince is gone. But, right now, temporarily, Stephanie is in charge until he gets this whole shit taken care of and everything. So like I said, I've seen worse shit with Vince, but this is probably the tamest thing. I have to agree with my friend Isaiah. It's the tamest thing I've heard in a very long time with him. So all I can say is we'll see. But I don't really think much is going to happen with it right now. But other than the whole Vince thing, we actually did start off Smackdown. We know that the WWE Undisputed Universal, whatever they're calling this title, just say the Undisputed title, with, Matt Riddle versus Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has not been on TV in over 3 weeks now. For the title tonight, he's not even defended the title since WrestleMania. That's how long it's. Wow, it's been since April since he defended the title. That's crazy. But Matt Riddle's out there. He's been waiting a long time for this. He said, his fans, his friends, his best bro, Randy, were all watching at home. And, he knows Randy's got an operation coming up, and he wished him luck. And, wondering if anything would go wrong, if he'd be able to get back in this ring and do what he loves. He said he misses Randy. He loves Randy. He talked about Randy's accomplishments. Even when he lit The Undertaker on fire in a casket. Thanking Randy for, sacrificing his body, and people chanted, "Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Randy." He dedicated this match to him tonight, as he even put, Orton's, Viper pose up while playing his music. Some say it was kind of an angle, maybe tell when he's coming back. I don't know. Now, I know a lot of people said this wasn't set in stone, but apparently Randy Orton's back is very fucked up right now, and he may be out for the rest of the year. Like, I knew they said he had a back injury. I didn't know how bad his back injury is, but like I said, it's not set in stone yet, so hopefully Randy Orton will be okay whenever he has his back surgery, and he will be back. But I've saw some people were saying that he may be out for the rest of the year, though. So hopefully Randy Orton is okay. I didn't know his back was that bad right now, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, other than Riddle's promo was really good. We then got to Madcap Moth versus Happy Corbin in a last laugh match. I personally didn't really care for this match. And Madcap Moss won, and I hope they move on after this and don't go back to it. Corbin and I'm going, well, you start laughing at Corbin, but Corbin got on a microphone and stuff, and because, he went to the commentators, basically saying, he wanted something the whole world wanted to hear, and basically told McAfee we've known each other for a long time, and, you've been insulting me and calling me a bum-ass Corbin, and he didn't like that, and, said because he didn't support it, told him to watch his mouth and stuff. So because if he did, he's gonna drag him over this announce table. He wish he'd be dead. Pat McAfee got up out of his chair and called him bum ass Corbin, and got the fans to even chant it too. And called him a jabroni, you suck, and stuff. As Corbin ended up walking to the back, and the New Day was out next. So McAfee, could he be having a match next against Baron Corbin? Maybe, I don't know, but interesting that Corbin called out Pat McAfee after this match. But I hope they move Moss on to something better. And we're past the hyena phase now, so we'll see what happens next. Natalya was being interviewed about, Ronda Rousey, saying she's going to win the title at Money in the Bank. She's going to make history and be the first woman to tap out Ronda Rousey. New Day, Kofi and Woods went against Jinder and Dancing Shanky out here. Shanky is over with the dancing. This match looked dumb. But, he seems to be over with the crowd, but the New Day ended up winning the match. We had another Viking Raiders return to Smackdown promo. It's not like they were ever that really long that gone. Adam Pearce was out there to, talk about the whole Drew McIntyre and Sheamus situation of who would go in the Money in the Bank match. Both were out there. You both failed to qualify and whatnot, and you may be, not be included, but they start talking about statistics and all this stuff. And Sheamus says, I've already cashed in successfully before, and Drew's been cashed on, so I should be going in there. And they showed the footage of everything last week and whatnot, and Sheamus, said, I won the match, so I should go in. Drew ended up taking him out because Sheamus says, you are in the Money in the Bank. And then right after Drew beat him up, he said Drew is in the Money in the Bank. So both of them are in the Money in the Bank match. So, hey, they're both in. That's all I can really say with that. They just put him in the match. Sami Zayn was outside of Roman's locker room. Caleb Braxton interviewed him. Could he get before he knocked, and, talked about the whole title thing is the reason why this happened. And, he's an honorary oos and stuff. But, it's no ill will. And, everything's fine. It's all fine. And Kayla just kind of stared at him, and Sammy just, I gotta go to the bathroom. So, that was funny. Raquel Gonzalez went against Shayna Baszler. Lacey Evans was on commentary. Man, she just, I don't know. Her commentary sounds very robotic. This match itself, I didn't really care, and I was kind of bored in a ways anyway, and whatnot. So, it was just whatever. Raquel won, so she's in the Money in the Bank. Not surprised by that. Nakamura was in the back, offering Riddle, kind of encouraging for later on tonight. Max Dupree's Maximum Male Models, I guess, was something that supposed to be in the ring, but LA Knight there, Eli Drake, whatever you want to call him, once again in Adam Pearce's face, and this isn't the lighting that I wanted, and what he told Pearce that he would not. We're not going to see there with the faces and hard body, so he gets it right. The lighting, he wants all right. He just wants it all, okay? Everything needs to be right before this. So, I don't know. It got cut. Walter and Marcel Bartel was in the back as Bartel went on to talk about how the Intercontinental Championship has been won by many people from around the world, from South America, Canada, Mexico, a French Canadian, Europe and stuff, but, he started talking about America again, it should never be held by one, because Walter is Austrian, if I'm not mistaken, right? So, I don't know if he's the first Austrian, Intercontinental Champion, but, they just say, yes, he is the new Intercontinental Champion. But in the main event, Roman Reigns got a big pop. We haven't seen him in weeks. Going against Matt Riddle for the Universal title. Would you say this is Matt Riddle's maybe shining moment right here of having this match with, Roman? You could say yes, because I enjoyed this match a lot. the fans were really behind Riddle out there. Shit, I almost thought he had it when he had the RKO for a second. And it was a very good match, and I really did enjoy it. He's trying to go for another RKO. Roman pushed him off. They went through ropes. Riddle tried to springboard him, jumping off of him, but Roman hit him off, midair spear and ended up winning the match. Roman basically, the Usos and Paul Heyman got in the ring, and, Roman told Wise, man, who's left, huh? Who's left? I done beat everybody here. Who's left? Especially on SmackDown. But, I've been doing this. I said what I said 2 years ago. I'm going to wreck everyone, and I'm going to leave. And I did that to Riddle, and now I'm leaving. But, Roman told Minneapolis to acknowledge him. But then next thing you know, Brock Lesnar is back, folks. We haven't seen Brock Lesnar since WrestleMania. Brock, of course, from Minneapolis, got a big pop. Brock came, with his cowboy hat, went to shake Roman's hand. Roman didn't do it. And then Brock just pulled him in, F5'd him, and even took out the Usos and F5'd them too. So, yeah, Brock Lesnar is back again, folks, because I don't know anybody else they got on SmackDown right now with a lot of stars getting hurt and everything. Who else was going to face? And I guess it's going to be at SummerSlam now, which I think SummerSlam comes early this time in July the 30th, if I'm not mistaken. Usually SummerSlam is like in mid-August, but I don't think it is this time. And I think it's going to be Roman versus Brock again. And a lot of people say Brock's got to win this one. Like, he's already lost to Roman like 3 different times now, so he'd have to win this, right? Or at least take one of the titles from him. But then again, if you do that, then when we have like 2 part-timers in, we know Roman's not here a lot nowadays. He's on a reduced schedule. Brock, we've always known about the part-time with him. So some would say, who else could they have put against Roman? And there are people they could have, but we're going to go back with Brock. And then again, I think there needs to be 2 separate world titles anyways, because it doesn't help when the world champion's now on the show every week, and, gone for, a good amount of time until later on. And shit, we already went to 2 different pay-per-views. Have we gone to 2 different pay-per-views? No. We didn't see him in Hell in a Cell. No, Payback was the last, not Payback, Backlash was the last pay-per-view we saw him. I don't know if we'll see him at Money in the Bank. So, yeah, Roman's not here a lot. And with Brock being, maybe we'll take one of the titles. I'm assuming so. I'm not sure, but we'll see what happens. But other than that, tonight, SmackDown, I say, was interesting with the Riddle and Roman Reigns match for the title, to Brock Lesnar returning and Vince McMahon addressing the crowd tonight. So, we'll see what happens next. But, other than that, SmackDown, other than the rest of the show, I didn't really have much care for. It was kind of whatever when you think about it. Other than the bigger parts I just named, that's SmackDown for you, folks. But other than that, I'm out here. Subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at HoodNight890. I'll see you guys then. Peace.